So there's a lot of real smart people out there saying, yeah, AI agents are cute, but try shipping to production. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do today. In public with real infrastructure, real AWS accounts, not a toy CRUD app that never leaves localhost or entirely depends on somebody else's backend magic. I know people want to hate, but the only reason vibe coding doesn't work for them yet is because they're treating agents more like genies instead of junior developers. They just expect too much of them. So today we're finishing AWS budget circuit breaker in Terraform. Real guardrails, real accountability. And if something goes sideways, the breaker trips before my credit card does. We've already proven Roxas deploys on every PR in its dev environments with tests, which is probably way more operational maturity than a shocking number of VC funded startups. But now we're going to production. On a live stream, no smoke and mirrors. You'll see the AWS accounts. If something fails, you'll see it before I do. Although old school engineers are complaining about AI slop code, are accidentally highlighting the most important truth. Writing code isn't the real engineering skill. Building the systems and processes that safely gate and ship code to production is. It takes discipline, it takes ownership, it takes designing guardrails so strong that you can ship confidently even when an AI is writing the entire PR. Let's ship. This is Enterprise Vibe Code. My name is Mike Lady. I'm a senior DevOps engineer with 11 years industry experience, and I believe that vibe coding with AI agents can change the world. My views are my own and do not necessarily represent my employer. I'm doing this live stream for all my fellow senior and above engineers who are skeptical about the prospects of vibe coding in an enterprise setting. The landscape has evolved rapidly in the last 6 months, whether that be context window management, agent issue tracking, TDD, Git branch protection, or CI/CD strategies. The game has completely changed since I first started using AI for coding in June 2025, and it's only December 2025. You may say vibe coding will never work, and my goal is to change your mind to it doesn't work for me yet. This project is my response to an internet filled with one-shotted toy apps and hype videos that skip the interesting middle debugging bits where things get hard or uncertain, like real work. I want to be an example of a real developer doing real things out in the open. Working on my own open source projects, I want to demonstrate all the tips, tricks, and techniques that make me successful at vibe coding in a structured, enterprisey way. Please feel free to play this on 2x speed to make things more exciting, because who doesn't like elite hacksaws typing fanatically at the keyboard while talking fast about what they're doing. Please smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and this will help get more people, especially senior engineers, vibe coding sooner. Thank you for watching. So I like to start every live stream with kind of coffee reveal. I'm drinking Dutch Bros today. Dutch Bros cold brew, just black. All right, so enough of the scripted part. I'm going to start with a monologue with every live stream, just to kind of clip farm a bit to be totally transparent. And I think that's the key here, is not necessarily edgy, but like I'm going to say bold things, and then hopefully I prove them in the same live stream, right? To be also very transparent, I wrote, or ChatGPT wrote that intro. So if it was good, if it was bad, over time, I think hopefully the script writing will get better. And I mean, Gene Kim and Steve Yagi wrote this entire book with vibe coding, vibe writing, or whatever, right? and it's still valuable, right? Like the fact that something is AI generated doesn't mean that it's less valuable. I think that's people have a real problem with that, real problem squaring those ideas in their head. Just like we're vibe coding here, right? We're generating a bunch of code that humans haven't touched, or that will touch with the PR merge, right? Or get certain Git operations, or certain finessing or whatever, massaging of the code. But that doesn't make it less valuable. And I feel like we're at like a printing press moment where it's like, oh, the books aren't written by hand anymore, so therefore they're less valuable. It's like, yeah, but it's also democratizing this technology, right? It's democratizing the information. So I think it's just kind of like the next level of evolution, right? And or the next technological evolution. And I don't believe, I don't know, the forces that be, the powers that be in the world, are kind of making this happen. And it's sort of outside of any individual's hands, where like it's kind of this, it feels like a force, like where we're all set up in such a, like, in a global competition where this is going to happen regardless, like no matter where, no matter when, it's just going to happen. So I don't know. The only thing we can do as like the small people at the bottom, like the leaf nodes on this kind of hierarchy of people, just kind of the individual workers, we can only just like try to do our best with it, right? And just kind of be on the front lines and just try to be early, and kind of secure secure our place in the future, because these, so one thing I do want to do, every live stream is try to estimate how much time I've saved, and then we'll add that up over time. I think this will be a fun exercise because like I've no other, like, I won't be able to prove the other case, or I don't want to prove the what is it, the what's the word, not contrapositive, the I have it in my notes probably. Yeah, I don't want to do the counterfactual, but I'm gonna give you like a sandbag estimate of just like, all right, I'm a senior engineer, I can kind of tell like how long these things are gonna go, and basically anything that I've never done before, which is a lot of this, is going to be an entire day, or at the very minimum, an entire day, like an 8-hour day, versus like these live streams are, well, on the weekends, they're going to be a little bit longer, but like in the morning during the week, that's like 2 hours. And then that's whatever I'm doing is probably a day worth in terms of like real, whatever, hands on keyboard, manual coding time. So I would probably say it's a minimum 4x speed up, just ballparking it, given that alone. Given like, now that I have like a very, since I'm recording these, recording my work sessions, and kind of judging, all right, we're getting super far with whatever, very, yeah, low amount of like effort on my end. Or the only effort is like kind of reviewing, right? Okay, so let me blow my nose and we'll get started. Okay, cool. Um, all right, so the goal today, just to kind of remind us of where we left off. Yesterday we added AWS budget restrictions because I don't want to pay for people griefing me just yet, especially when I'm not making any money here. So I am adding basically a circuit breaker, like alerts on the budget, and then a circuit breaker with requires specifying exact role names and deploy time. This works at prod, but not for dev PR environments. So yeah, this, where does it actually do the, yeah, okay, yeah, budget action. So this threshold percentage, circuit breaker threshold, so it's gonna, at 200% of spend, which is like $200 per account, it's gonna kind of deny the Lambda, and I may ask it to like deny just everything, like just turn everything off, because yeah, I don't want to like get caught with my pants down. So we're here, we're in Claude. Oh yeah, let's check Claude. All right, we're at 9% usage and it resets Wednesday, so we got some work to do. It's actually pretty hard to do this when we're not running in parallel. But I think we'll be able to run in parallel relatively soon here. So, okay. All right, we don't need to look at AWS right now. Okay, cool. So then now we're over here. We've got PR review. Oh, okay, yeah. Follow be created. Implement the circuit breaker using SS triggered Lambda. Changes. All two review threads resolved. Change deployed dev environment. Okay. And then all right. So I think we can merge PR. I guess I should have merged the PR yesterday. I'm always, now I'm like thinking in terms of like a defensive mindset, which is probably good. Because I'm like, all right, somebody's watching me build this thing out, and like I'm like constantly red teaming myself. Like I'm thinking about, all right, how can somebody hack me? Like by watching what I'm doing here, which is a good exercise of like, all right, I'm security minded. And now I'm like, all right, how do I, like, given the set of permissions that I have and the set of permissions that you guys don't have, hopefully, and how do I build this in as secure as possible way? So, okay, budget restrictions. So then, yeah, so let's land the plane. So land the plane is a Steve Yegi special where, since we're kind of high on context, we need to just kind of wrap things up and clean things up, and then make sure we're leaving the repo in a good state. And then, OpenAI invalid request error. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see. Platform. Oh. Try another method. Do I have a... Let's do email. So this is another thing, is like, okay, I need to look at usage. Yeah, I spent, because I was doing a bunch of testing and like was making sure the end-to-end testing was working, but then LinkedIn kind of banned my test account, so I haven't been testing since. Okay, cool. All right, so maybe the API key expired or something with test webhook handler needs mock OpenAI client. Calling real with test key instead of using mocks, but the test key should. Oh right, because yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, I don't have it locally. Yeah, it should just be a mock then. Okay. Okay. Let's. There's a stack of things here now, so let me write this down. So we're gonna fix this test. Then open AI test. We're gonna fix the test. We're going to then do the budget action on we're going to do the budget action on the dev PR deploys, like the dev environment. So I don't know, somebody doesn't like spam me on the PR. If there's an open PR deploy, nobody like spams me there. And then we deploy to prod. So that's what's happening today. Dev budget deploy to prod. Okay. 12:7. It's actually kind of good that to write things down. I don't know. I'm like, that's the last like piece of little old school technology, is like nothing beats a pencil and paper in terms of like sketching out what's in your head, putting it on paper. Okay. All right, let's do Claude. All right, so anyways, let's just, yeah, I'll keep an eye on usage. Now I'm like, building in public makes you suspicious, which is probably healthy, probably good. Like I do not have the luxury of being unknown, or like being like security through obscurity, right? I have to actually have good security, defense in depth, while also exposing everything that I do, and just kind of rely on, all right, I've got pass keys, multi-factor. I've got my like my databases and private networks, and like, you know, I have to kind of mind my P's and Q's and not expose all these different things. So yeah, probably before yeah, I don't know. It's just a different mentality, which is good. Oh shoot. Let's do this. Okay. Use mock client. Awesome. It's using Augie MCP. This is, we added this MCP server, so it just kind of looks up, hey, how does this work? So follow the same path. But wait, the testing is valid webhook specs. Okay. So what is it thinking here? If open is empty, it returns earlier credentials missing. Here's class. To not set the API keys, so it follows the same path as test and returns what received credentials necessary processing. Wait, the actual current behavior. Okay, sure. I don't think this test. I think. Oh yeah, main test.go. I wonder if this gets run on PRs, because this should have like failed like way before, right? Working with images, try to download from a fakery. Oh, okay. Understand. Upload feeling, client. But yeah, the all right. I'll say, please ensure this test runs on CI. Was still skipping this test in CI. Oh, okay. Was removed when I replaced the test. Let me check CI config and see how tests are run. Okay. Make test, and let me check what those run. Okay. So everyone says a short flag. All right. Yeah, we'll figure this out with when I get like the real testing environment going on. I think since like we're still just trying to deploy and we're trying to just get the first part working, where it's like the GitHub push, like register the user, register the GitHub, their GitHub account or their GitHub repo or whatever, and then accept the pushes. I think that's like Yeah, that's like our MVP right now. That's our like first order of business. And then all the other stuff. Like I created this whole flow as a prototype, like within 3 hours. Like when I first had this idea, from start to end, it was like 3 hours to like wire these three different services together: the GitHub, commits, and diff description, pushing it to OpenAI, and then getting it back, and then pushing it to LinkedIn. Like wiring all that up took 3 hours. That was super impressive to me. Would have taken days, like otherwise, right? So now building it out correctly, like as a service for others to use, I want to kind of make sure that we do it the right way, and then we have all these different tests on. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, now we're just gonna focus on that first part of, or I mean, when after we deploy to prod today and all that. So focus on GitHub push post creation. Okay. Yeah, so this deploy always takes the longest because it's the first deploy. It takes like 5 minutes or so. Let's just do the other issue that we want to do in here. Oh, it got cleared out. Please also work on bead the dev budget bead in this PR. Yeah, this circuit breaker using SNS triggered Lambda. I should probably test this somehow, which is that's another thing. Is like I'm setting all these things, but how do I know it's going to work? I probably need to set the budget very low and then trigger it. Wrote 90 lines, circuit breaker, pi, lambda. Do we want to all right, well, that's just what it chose to write in. I don't care. test this circuit. Breaker pattern. So yeah, like the saying goes, if you don't, okay, good question. We tested the circuit breaker. Unit tested lambda locally, invoke the handler, mock SNS, integration test, AWS, list throttle functions, and then test, publish a test message in this topic. Okay, cool. Should we use Golang to match the rest of what we've been doing? All right, and this is the crazy thing is that it's like, oh yeah, let me just rewrite the whole thing and go, and versus it just went to Python first, and then I don't know, just because these different like little like dependency things kind of bug me. I don't know. Golang just feels better. Like Python, like you need to set up pip and virtual environment or whatever. But with Go, it's like you just build the thing, and yeah, you depend on, like you have to import dependencies or whatever. But you eventually just build a binary that has everything in it, and you just ship it. So okay, cool. Package main circuit breaker. Cool. So yeah, I think that's another advantage of Golang over Python for vibe coding, is that just the dependency management is a lot cleaner, at least for me. So like, yeah, this is all the dependency management is. You go get, and then it has it, and then you build it, and now you just ship a binary, and the binary is going to work wherever. I think this is also like, yeah, DevOps knowledge, like a DevOps kind of smell, or like a DevOps like minded thing of like, it doesn't matter what, let's see, build circuit breaker. I need to update Terraform to build a Go binary instead of using Python. Okay. Why do we want to build? Yeah, runtime. Okay. Let's see. Provisioner. Okay. Triggers. Yeah, SF. Solid lambda functions. Skips itself. Circuit breaker in name to allow recovery. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Are there other things that we should circuit break if we run over budget? Resources. Where are resources that we should circuit break if we run over budget? What resources we're currently running that could incur costs? And cost they could run away, or they could stop instance, could stop. Okay, yeah. Alright. Per request, low risk, slowly. Search. Cause data. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly care about that. Let's do a hard stop at 200% for RDS at and NAT instance. Yeah, and then yeah, the circuit breaker it's all kind of built in. Like it's using I mean, AWS has SDKs for everything, but like Golang is just kind of all. Again, it's I always talk about this as like it's statically typed. It's puzzle pieces. It's like we know what all these the types are here. These are type RDS client, and like it knows how to like build these type of things. It knows how to use these things right away. Disable Lambda function, stop RDS. Yeah. So we're just gonna halt everything. We're just gonna throw the switch if we go above budget because we just want to stop the runaway train. Okay, cool. It's allowing this Lambda circuit breaker to turn off to stop the RDS and to stop the NAT instance. Okay, cool. Great. Dev budget. Okay. Dynamics disclosure. So it works about. Okay, cool. How can we test this? Please land the plane and give me a. Well, 42% use. So I think we can get one more. So that's the tricky thing about these things is that the context windows are so small in that deploy failed workflow view workflow run. Okay, so hang on. This thing failed from our okay. All right, let working on a couple different things here. Okay, how can we test this lambda and be confident it will fire appropriate? Successful appropriate. Okay, unit tests with test payload, dry run mode. Okay. So it's going to do a dry run. Cool. Oh, look, yeah, context left until auto compact, 12%. So it's also being very stingy with context. Claude knows that we don't have 100% context. We have from whatever 40 to 60% maybe context, or like up to 60% context. Test script they run to verify lambda. It's adding test script to test the SNS trigger. Okay, it's going to add dry run mode so we can just be more confident. So what happened here is I think we did kind of like manually deploy certain Terraform things from like our local. And I think I have this job deployed shared infrastructure that, yeah, I don't know. I need to have Claude reason about this as to like what the life cycle should be for all this stuff. Okay. Land the plane. And let's test dry run mode next session. Okay. There we go. Okay, so yeah, context 50% used, context still auto compact 7%. So it's good to have this little context. This is part of my agent's IMD, is to print this out every time I get a return. Oh shit, no, not that one. Every time the agent returns, it shows me the context and just make sure that I'm aware of what's going on, and that's probably where they think like their auto compact is around 7% off from that. So that's like 50% is like seems to be the official number around where we should be wrapping things up. Okay, so it's doing code-based retrieval. Cool. So it's using Augie to kind of look up all the related circuit breaker stuff, which is, yeah, very interesting. Like, we just wrote this and Augie updated it, which is cool. The Lambda directory exists, but doesn't have the circuitry.zip yet. Terraform, let me update, start the deployment. Yeah, so it'll deploy this. What I have to deal with here is that where in the life cycle does this happen? Because I think it yeah, something happened here where there's a difference in what it was expecting. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Here's add rework to dev and test and dry run mode. All right, yes, let's do it. So we should be able to see this console. We'll put the zip instead of Terraform. Share lambda. So it's debugging the lambda now. This is the cleanup. DB cleanup. Oh, okay. So this DB does, okay. This is unrelated to what we're doing, but like, I'm just trying to figure out. This should probably be Golang too. Function concurrency. But yeah, like Steve Yagi talks about like getting yourself out of the loop, like giving it access to AWS, the AWS, like the profile, and like giving access to read everything and kind of debug it itself. That's kind of where the magic happens. Dry run tests work correctly. Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. Basically, I want to make sure that this kind of deploys with the Lambda. Apply full Terraform on target, get subscription. Okay. It's just the kind of the downside of kind of running the Terraform locally and it doing a bunch of AWS commands locally is that it causes like these type of things. Is that the state is is off on the CI environment. So I kind of have to reconcile it a little bit. And I'll tell it to do that after it's done with this. I'll try and test VSS. Trick works. Select show driver mode. Would disable lambda. Circuit breaker. Let's stop RDS. Let's stop NAT instance. Cool. Great. All right, so then now I want to kind of tell it, hey, let's deploy this. I don't want to deploy this like separately. I want to deploy make sure we're not just deploying this like one-off. Let's kind of deploy this and like add this dry run as like a test. Update the lambda mvar. Manually via. It will run a dry run mode too. Okay. Okay. So, how do we deploy this lambda as part of CI of our GitHub Actions CI/CD every time? To ensure that we don't break this over time. Want to test in dry run, but then leave it, then sure it is available to be triggered. So that's kind of the pro con of like adding complexity to like a dead man switch here, or not dead man switch, but like a switch to turn everything off. Like you can't really test it. You can't fully test it until you actually do the thing, right? Like that's the only like full test of like turning everything off. And turning everything off is gonna like, it's probably super slow and like it costs whatever time, right? Like we spin up like the entire reason like I moved like this RDS instance to like a shared RDS instance in the dev environment is that it took 10 minutes to spin up or whatever, right? So I don't want to just shut that down like all the time because that kind of defeats the purpose of that time savings, because CI/CD is super important, and then we need CI/CD to be fast to make our agents ship fast. So yeah, this is kind of like a design problem, or like a like cost benefit trade-off, pro con. All right, so I'm just asking it, hey, how do we deploy this lambda as part of our GitHub Actions CI/CD? Make sure we don't break this over time. I want to test in dry run mode, but then make sure it is available to be triggered live if a budget event happens. So I was looking at the shared infra, and it's probably see it. Okay. All right, this is, yeah, this part I was feeling I wasn't feeling good about with it was building the Go binary on the Lambda before it triggered. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Driver run should not be set in Terraform. Lambda should run live when triggered with real budget alerts. We were testing driver mode in CI. I'd go set up. Oops. Okay. Oops. Where are we? Okay, here we are. Approach. I'd go set up to the shared infra workflow to build the circuit breaker binary. Add a post deploy test step that invokes Lambda driver run shoot temporarily and resets it. Lambda stays alive mode. No driver run mvar for real budget alerts. Pass trigger needed. Also, please take this actions run into account. That just happened. PR. Let's get very clear on what the cycle is around our Terraform shared infra deploy. It's interesting that I didn't use the GitHub. Oh, okay, let me get more details for you. GitHub CLI, yeah. So it's current plan, update this, add to circuit breaker to path triggers. I'd go set up for Terraform, post deploy step. Then it will deploy without dry run and var. Test step will temporarily set dry run, invokes, and then removes it. So yeah, this is like we kind of want to I don't know. Let's see. Set via GitHub secrets. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's required, but not passing out. Oh, okay. Changes to Terraform shared workflow file trigger delay. Actions go up binary deploys all shared structure. Live mode, ready for real budget alerts. Setup, go. Oh. It's using an old Go version. Let's use the latest Go version. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Go 125. Yep. Okay. So it's Go version 124, please. Go 125. Right. Yeah. It's funny about using the latest version of, like, it checked locally. I was like, oh, it's one. Yeah, Go version 125. Let me just check what workflows, main deploy prod. A way to keep the Golang version consistent across all GitHub workflows. Oh, repository level Go version file. Okay. With the version number. So we're going to read it automatically. Okay, great. Cool. Well, we already have Go mod. So Go version Go mod file. Okay. Let's do 2. Yes, please use Go mod version for all workflows. So yeah, there we go. Like that's another, like, I wasn't turning my brain off with vibe coding there, right? Like I saw that I kept wanting to use an older version of Golang. So then it's Go mod. And I didn't let it, and I just kept hammering that. I was like, all right, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? So you can always stop it and ask it, why is that? And yeah, it'll tell you. And you just kind of work with it, and you set certain guardrails. And yeah, now hopefully I don't have to worry about Go versions in GitHub workflows anymore. Go version file, yep. Go mod, yep. Cool, great. Our Go mod is 125.3, cool. And this is, yeah, all the dependencies, cool. Need to add budget alert email to both the improv environments. Okay. Lifecycle triggers. Changes are. So go configure. Oops. Oh, it's a GitHub secret. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Didn't read. Okay, cool. GitHub secret. So settings. As a secret. Environments. So yeah, there's different. Yeah. Add environment secret. Well. Let's see. Add budget alert email. Cool. So this sets, yeah, different secrets per environment. So you go mod. Yep. Okay. Okay. I set. Please. Let's do PR 65. Did we push? Let me verify. Okay, cool. Great. Cool. Please workflow manually, then if we have to till after the PR is merged for it to really run. So this is, yeah, deploying a dev. So it's kind of like running that same workflow that we would have. Oh, it's running the cleanup workflow, yeah, right. guess it takes a while to tear these down. I guess while we're here, please to clean up. So stove cleanup code. DB. Let's see, where is that even at? Terraform, shared, lambda, yeah, db cleanup.py. Oh, it's modifying the database. RDS. Instances, what is it doing? It's configuring. What are we configuring here? Configuring, enhanced monitoring. Okay, interesting. Monitoring. guess that's what it did. That's what it changed on this Terraform apply. Finish moving DB instance to target VPC. Okay, interesting. Okay, now it's available, so we should see it. Okay, there. Error creating budget. Same name, but already exists. Okay, yeah. So this is watching it, which is good, and it just reads the error, and it can just take care of it. So I'm not like, so it's automatically checking what went wrong. I don't need to like copy paste anything. But he says I created manually earlier. Import the existing budget into Terraform state. Okay. Cool. Re-trigger the workflow. Okay. But the budget alert emails is not my email, so I'm concerned about that. We'll see. I don't think we're doing anything with the database again. So we're circuit breaker response. Okay, great. I think that worked. Let's go to workflow succeed. Chosen Lambda is now in live mode. Now in live mode. What's the email that it will send? Okay, cool, great. Cool. I thought I was gonna sneeze there. Okay. So now let's budget alert secret. Okay, gotcha. While we're context of till auto come back to you. All right, land the plane. So yeah, we just want to be mindful of this and just kind of wrap things up, and then we'll move forward on. I think I want to, while we're here, while we're in the neighborhood, I want to address the cleanup, the Roxas dev cleanup. It's a Python script, whereas I kind of want everything to be Golang. All right. Please continue working on PR 65. Let's convert Roxas dev cleanup db cleanup.py to Golang. Just so everything is like consistent. Like this is the circuit breaker is Golang. The web, like everything else is in Golang. Let's just, I kind of let that one slip. The cleanup function to be in Python. But yeah, just for like agent maintainability, and like the guardrails are consistency. Like that's kind of the key here is like we don't want too much sprawl. We don't want too much like variation and opportunity for agents to get confused. Command db cleanup, go. And PR is closed. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yes. And I don't know if if it was tested, if the DB cleanup had tests around it or not. Let's see. Terraform, shared, Lambda. Yeah, probably not. Probably just, yeah, doesn't look like it had a test. So I think that's probably a good thing. Now Golang is Lego blocks here. It's figuring out what it needs to import. It's figuring out the Go doc, reading the documentation. It's changing things. Yeah, see, like, yeah, it just knows all the places to update. It's all statically typed. I mean, this particular thing, it's not necessarily statically, like, it's not, the thing that it's changing isn't that it's statically typed. It's like doing a find and replace, but like now we have tests for this DB cleanup thing. So basically how this works, or how the PRs work, is that we have a shared RDS database, and all the PRs kind of create their own lambdas, which then will save all their data to this shared RDS database. So we don't have to spin up a new RDS database per lambda or per PR, because that takes a long time and just also saves on cost. So let's see, build cleanup lambda library to use Go. Circuit breaker uses build the Go binary with Go build bootstrap, zips the bootstrap file, handler bootstrap, concept Python, shared RDS workflow. So it's changing the cleanup lambda out. So it's changing over to Golang. Depends on cleanup lambda build. No longer need for the Go lambda. Run tests and validate Terraform. Validate. All right. If it wasn't abundantly clear, stuffing all these different changes into one PR probably isn't best practice. This is not this is not enterprise vibe coding, but it's all tested and it's all running against CI. And yeah, okay. Yeah, it's running these different DB cleanup, go lambda, drops PR database, 9-unit tests, missing PR number validation, does exist. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, yeah. Faster cold starts. Nice. Consistent with, yeah, circuit breaker pattern, type safety with Go, faster cold start. Okay, yeah. Anyways, so it looks good, or looking better. Can we... Oh, yeah, because we updated this. It's had to redeploy. Okay, please test the cleanup function, the cleanup lambda manually by manually triggering it. We'll run it after these end tests run. I think this takes like a minute or something. Ooh, that's not good. Let me refresh. Please look at CI workflow failure. So this could be in a bad state too, because I did like run that cleanup script before, and now it's like trying to deploy again, and it may just not be in a good state. But this is like also good, like in case something gets blown away and we need to be a little bit more resilient. It's timing out. But it's able to, yeah, good. Like it's debugging all this. We ran the cleanup lambda before. Really before does this with this do it. As if you see that the NAT is running, should RDS issue. Route is a black hole state. different ENIs. Please fix this. Recreated. Please only fix this with Terraform. So I need to be how that worked with like it does a bunch of stuff kind of like manually, and I need to like force it, hey, let's make sure we use Terraform. Let's make sure we use Terraform. It was likely replaced. The Terraform state wasn't updated. Terraform fix the route. Probably terminal recreated, but the NI test will fail. Let me taint the USG to force a recreation. So this is enterprise vibe code, folks. We are figuring out how, to kind of reconcile all of our resources with the Terraform state and ensuring that Terraform is the source of truth, rather than this is kind of the danger of like where I give my agent access to my AWS account and like it can go and like manually poke and prod things. But I want to like make sure that Terraform remains the source of truth for what's out there in AWS. So it is auto scaling group. So Nat is let's see, EC2, NAT gateway, their security groups. I saw something interesting here. Security groups 11. Okay, yeah, that's probably not a good number. Lambda default VPC for security group. RDS post equal. I mean, maybe all these are needed. I don't know. Stack Unite. Terraform taint, Terraform apply, ASG, auto scaling group is recreated. Now, let me wait for a moment. Touch an ENI. So automatic scaling. Instance management. So it's lifecycle in service. Tables. Route is now active. But yeah, this is what like impressed the hell out of me when I first. But yeah, this impressed the hell out of me when I first tried this was like letting Claude manipulate not only the Terraform but like also the AWS commands, and like it can just be the debugger. It can be the developer who's like doing all the debugging. I don't necessarily have to. I mean, I do kind of want to understand high level what's going on, but I'm not. Man. Well, this isn't valid anymore, so that's fine. DB secret name. That's probably fine. Not fixed work. The site loads out. Registry not fair authentic when it means the Lambda is missing environment variables for authentication. There's no jot secret environment variable. User stores nil. Roxas app. That secret connection string. But yeah, it's printing out secrets all over the place here. So luckily, the PR tears it gets torn down all the time. So let's. I think I'll just add that to my. Claude. Please add a rule to not print out secret values unless I explicitly ask. Okay, cool. So, things we learn here. And this is why we passwords match, but it's failing. Verify the secret format. Here's update. Share secret. Doesn't exist. Okay, yeah. Pick up the updated share secret. Okay. Yeah, I think there was some issue with where we so there was an issue where or like we were testing this like cleanup job, right? And we needed to like we probably cleaned up certain things but then didn't clean up other things, or it just got into a bad state, right? So now we're trying to figure out how to how to get into a good state. And hopefully the idea is just a redeployment. Like a redeployment should be able to fix everything. That's hopefully the idea. Okay, cool. But the secret update didn't take effect on Lambda. It's because our running cache's configuration will force update in Lambda to pick up the new secret. Okay. Let's make a workflow solution to this, because I get the feeling that this won't be the last time to update a running Lambda. Pick up, well, yeah, let's put it in the deploy path. If still configuring secret change, not the Lambda code, I'll have to force refresh, relay secrets. Steps needs deployment equals true. Okay, so we're going to, we can set okay. Workflow dispatch trigger. Okay, gotcha. Force refresh. Workflow dispatch. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay, so yeah, basically I want to avoid why I made it do this whole thing, this whole rigmarole, this adding this extra path to our GitHub workflow, our GitHub Actions workflow, is that I just want to avoid like it poking and prodding at AWS manually as much as possible. So I made it add this workflows dispatch option where it like kicks this GitHub Actions build, and then it added a couple extra like code paths for like, hey, force refresh, like force redeploy of this kind of thing. And then it had to kind of add this PR number thing a bunch of different places. Workload dispatch trigger can be manually triggered with PR number or force refresh. So skip code force development, force lambda refresh step. They deploy timestamp var to force it colder. So force refresh will only happen on the. All right, let's take a look at this. Workflow dispatch. Oh. Breaking the parsing, like fix the approach. So all over. We'll just add a timestamp in var to use this. So needs deployment equals true. Force line to pick up latest secrets. So I just want to confirm that it's still changing this. Still debugging. Okay. After this, I just want to confirm. Force refresh will happen when we pass in the specific workflow trigger variable. All right, so it's deploying this lambda probably. And all PR pushes should all skip lambda nothing to change. We only want to manually refresh when redeploy when we change something else on the Now it's getting into like some kind of like escaping issue. %, until auto compact. So now I'm kind of having like two conversations with it. All right, yeah, force refresh equals true. Okay, cool. Should only run when menus for force refresh. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not developing features right now. I'm kind of a little bit derailed from deploying to prod. We're 2 hours in almost. But this is important. This is all like machinery that needs to be working, so we don't avoid shortcuts, right? Like so we don't take shortcuts. We just want to have all these pathways kind of worked out beforehand to give the agent the best, safest guardrailed options, I guess. So it's gonna watch the manual one. All right, yeah. So it got modified. Cool. Got refreshed. So pass. There's no. It's like because manual triggers don't have access to context and issue number. Oh, okay. Computers to handle manual triggers. Okay, gotcha. Cool. So yeah, the cool thing about billing usage, I'm using not a lot of like actions here, and I think I'm like I think I'm under the current included usage, 283. Cool. Billable usage 0. So yeah, I think if it's open source, it's free, and I'm also like using like very minimal amounts of compute on the GitHub Actions runners. So that's cool. All right, so we deployed browser end-to-end tests. So this is why we have browser end-to-end tests, is like to make sure certain things still work, no matter what changes we make. And if we get into a bad state, I may just delete this whole thing, delete this PR, because this is turning into like not super productive use of time. And then create a new PR, because the main problem here is like we changed the state underneath it. Like we ran the cleanup job in the middle of this, like while this is still running, or while the PR is still open to test it. But at the same time, like the deploy job should just be able to just deploy the whole thing. So it's kind of like it should be resilient to whatever happens. It should be able to fix whatever is happening. So it's deploy succeeded, refresh, ED test still failed. The actual problem is secret still has wrong credentials. For only force it closer, doesn't update the secret contents. Still has wrong password issues. Terraform replied. Service module to sync the PR secret. Did run Terraform, but since there were changes, nothing was updated. Did run. I can change the Terraform state. Different from what's in the Terraform state. And yeah, like it's showing all these creds because I updated the agents.md, but yeah, I'm gonna blow everything away. once we're done here, I'm going to reset everything. Force it via the actual master already is password. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. So it got into a bad state. We're trying to recover from it. And I'm just trying to give it tools to recover from this thing. But this is like good, like, I don't know. It's better now. Better things fail now, and I figure out, or I see what could possibly go wrong now versus like in production and people are depending on this and whatnot, right? So more failure up front, more chances we have to kind of add guardrails, add gates, add kind of mechanisms to reset the state for these different lambdas. Pass e test pass. Cool. Okay. DB clean planner. So add with manual trigger. Updates envars with the deploy timestamp to enforce cold start. Secret manager will fix the immediate issue by resetting RDS password to match what's in the Terraform state. Yeah, I don't know why the RDS password changed. Okay, cool. All right. Why did this fail? Oh, this is because we forced it, because it's a different thing. Right? Okay. Still working on. Please add a commit to kick the PR build again. Okay, so it triggered. So what we're looking for is deploy to dev environment, and then because it's we're looking for it to not deploy the Lambda again. Yeah, it shouldn't detect any changes. What's one to change? Oh, because we're turning off the deployed timestamp, so it's going to get redeployed here. Okay, never mind. Okay, changed. Okay, then browser EDE tests. Passed. Cool, great. It fixed itself. Cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're so far off track. we dug ourselves a hole here, but yeah, plus 2,000 lines of code. That's hilarious. Minus 200. All right, yeah. Let's have Codex review this. And then let's just do both in parallel. View PR comment there, then have it review it, make sure everything looks good. And let's have Gemini. Let's yeah, because I guess in a normal team setting, you don't wait for other people to comment. Everyone's just kind of commenting at the same time, so it's not. I guess for the sake of saying, all right, let's emulate what a team does. We are emulating what a team does here. We're just gonna throw all these guys in parallel. Yeah, don't. So approvals, full access, continue. Approvals, allow. Yeah, I don't know what the continue. So we got 3 reviewers going on at the same time. Allow Gemini full access CLI. Yellow. Oh, permissions. Okay, Gemini settings of JSON. Okay. Gemini. Please allow all permissions by default. Only ask me when you RM. Modify to allow all commands. Ask me permission for RM. Oh wait, it's pure checkout. Oh, it wants to. Oh. Let's see. Sanitize. Okay. They kind of saw the same thing. Codex is taking a while, but I think it's probably more thorough, potentially. Yep, just waiting on Codex to finish its review. I mean, I guess it's good that it's doing such a thorough review. Yeah, I think Codex is great at like it says there's probably a bug with the cleanup function, which again we haven't tested yet because we're trying to undo the previous cleanup function, the previous call for the cleanup function. So yeah, that's good. So we're here. All right. We fixed the test. Dev budget, circuit breaker, cleanup script to Golang. Not quite deploying to prod, but I think we're getting. But never creates the file. Maybe we try to use. Renamed comment in line. But okay. All right. Cool. Great. All right. Now let's address the PR comments. From Codex. Yeah. All right. Let's address the PR comments and agents. Three PR comments. I feel like there's more PR comments. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, maybe 3 that can be resolved. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, it's fixing that bootstrap issue. Payload thing. Really unused import. Okay. Okay, PR comments addressed. Directly. What about the review comments? Another review comments. I guess maybe I could do a, okay. It's a peer review, not a line comment. Yeah, okay. So PR review and comments. So I'm changing the prompt a little bit. PR reviews and PR comments with country. Each review and comment. Okay. So just keep in quotes. Similar code to not use sanitize all. different approaches. I choose simplicity. They prefer to keep sanitization. Valid SQL. Goes back for extra safety. For NAT. But is more of a document convention. The code fix I'll create be common for this. Okay. It's interesting they had different for defensive depth. Okay. Yeah, these different agents came up with different like conventions, which is cool. Like, kind of makes sense that there's going to be different like approaches. It's very similar to a real PR review of like one person says this, but then another senior person also says like a different thing, and these two people can like have very good reasons for both sides of whatever they're arguing for. So it's up to you plus your agent to kind of decide, all right, which one of these two options works best for me here. And Claude added the quote thing for defense in depth. So so it's definitely interesting that this mirrors so much like a regular software development PR review process. Like, there's always going to be clashes of personalities and clashes in approaches and pros and cons to different things. And what's cool is that multiple agents give you different perspectives, and they give you different they give you the different approaches. If I just kept with the Claude and didn't ask Claude to review it, I would have just went with whatever Claude said. But now that I used other agents to review, and like Steve Yegi, like he publishes something that it's like, oh yeah, just have Claude review its own thing. So I had like 3 different reviews, with one with Claude reviewing its own thing, and then other agents kind of throwing in their 2 cents. So now I didn't even realize that there was multiple ways to handle this thing until it surfaced this as an issue. So that's cool. Okay. PR passed. Let's merge this bad boy. And I guess we got to watch the cleanup job now. That's the main thing here. We really want to rebase and merge. And it's watching the thing. So it knows that, hey, this is important. 18 to destroy. Cool. Good. And all right. So it deletes the database secrets and whatnot. Okay, cool. Environment variables, DB secret name. Okay, so that's probably not like an actual secret name. That's just the name of the secret rather than being an actual secret. Okay. Checking for orphan ENIs. Still detaching, waiting for cleanup. Okay, cool. But yeah, the more we set up and tear down things, the better we get at it. I guess that's a fundamental like truth of DevOps and kind of how we want to do CI/CD is that we're constantly creating and destroying things, and we're practicing this skill in all like creating all this code around all the sharp edges, all the different use cases of deploying things and making sure that we're kind of covering everything, covering all the different things, and we're failing in new and interesting ways. We're failing so often that we kind of run out of all the failures, right? Like we're trying to just use up all of our failures until we kind of cover everything that could possibly go wrong. That ends up in the code, and then now we're like smooth sailing, and now we don't even have to like we have high confidence in our workflows and our CI/CD pipelines. But the cherry pick commit has simpler version without quotes. Where's all this? Oh. The agent post merge review feedback commits are not main. Huh. Okay. Well, let me clean up a little bit. Okay, so it like it's already clean squash merge. Okay. All right. So it's waiting for a couple ENIs. So we should see. Okay. Yep. All right. The cleanup is using Amazon Linux. It's Golang based now. Lam ENI. What is this? ENI EC2 network interface. Network interfaces. These are interesting. There's 48 of them. All right. Maybe we should clean some of these up. Lambda ENI is typically 8 to 12 minutes release after function deletion. Checking for orphan DNIs. All right. Okay. I'll note the ENIs down. And ENIs, and then what else did I see? Security groups, I think, right? Come on. Let's go. Yeah, there's a bunch of like security groups left over here. Security groups. Bunch of orphaned things. So we want to be able to just cleanly delete these things and like have that be part of the process. Okay. All right. Two and a half hours. All right, let's just maybe I'll estimate since 2.5 hours to change 2,000 lines of code and delete, add 2,000 lines of code, delete 200 lines of code. Let's call it 2 days, right? Like, I don't even know if that would be like to, because again, like, I don't know how to do any of this. Like, I wouldn't have thought to, oh, we need to force refresh the Lambda to pick things up. Like, I would have had to learn that. I would have had to figure out the circuit breaker stuff and run, like, and do the tests for them. Yeah, like this test circuit breaker dry run. Verify ran successfully. Remove dry run. And then all this, yeah, coding up all this stuff. I don't know any of this stuff, right? Like, and this is, yeah, all these different tests. I don't understand how somebody can look at this and be like, oh yeah, this is a worthless technology, right? It's just not. It's super helpful. And with that session, we're only at 50% usage for that entire session. Again, it'll probably get used up quicker when we fire up multiple agents. That's how I've hit it before, but yeah, I don't know. This is, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to try to use up our compute time or our coding time, I guess. Maybe this is why it doesn't, like, these ENIs don't get cleaned up. Okay. All right. While we're here, that's how all my terrible ideas start. Is while we're here, we do X, Y, and Z. So let's ultra thing and playing with beads. The clean, we need to ensure that we clean up all unused ENI and security groups. Security groups. In our cleanup job. This is not bad to be playing around with a real set of like, yeah, this is not bad cost for actually deploying against real resources, real infrastructure, and all that. To release but never deletes them. Okay. Create Go Lambda to actively clean. Okay. We need another Lambda. Why can't we add this to our existing cleanup Lambda? Check whether the existing does and whether we can extend it. Yeah. Let's. So again, this is another like redirect. This right here is a guardrail. Like it wants to like create a new Lambda. I'm like, bro, I've got Lambdas up the wazoo here, right? I've got like so many Lambdas. And I'm like, let's really just focus on, let's improve this dev cleanup Lambda. You're right. We can add existing DB cleanup. Oh, it's just a DB cleanup Lambda. Trade off. Okay. Single Lambda maintained or as invoked by cleanup workflow. So add EC2. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Single responsibility to if you see access. Another. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yes. All right. Okay. Yeah, it just kind of waits, and it probably times out, and it just gives up. Okay. Please ensure that we rename to indicate expanded scope. Oh, we hit a compaction. Let's see if it keeps its state. Let's hope. Because, yeah, this destroy job, yeah, this is how it, like, forgets about these ENIs, is that this times out and it doesn't, like, hang around. So we need, like, another job to kind of come in and clean up everything. And, like, ideally we have this waits long enough. Maybe we can change that. I can just point to this and be like, hey, oh, all the VP server. Oh, so it doesn't actually. Okay, so it doesn't actually delete it there. Okay. All right. Basically, this is how this is going to go. I got to run, but yeah, thank you for watching. So. Or actually, let me jump back on really quick. So to recap what we did, we fixed a test, a mock, we added budget circuit breaker, we cleaned up, we migrated the cleanup script to Golang, and we are now fixing up the orphaned ENIs and security groups. So that's like four different things that we didn't even like. Some things that we didn't even realize that we needed to do today. So still a win. So anyways, thanks for watching. Oh shoot, I need to turn it off.